attorney here. Hope you guys are doing well, man. Oh, can y'all hear me on the ones and twos? Let me turn myself up. How you doing? We on the back channel. You know, there's niches in YouTube. In this particular niche, we can call it the ninja niche. I am not putting this on the main channel, all right? This is on the back channel. This is intimate. It's just me and you. So don't tell nobody about this, all right? This is private. You will never, ever catch me talking about the ninja. Not the other word, YouTube. I'm talking about ninja, this ninja stuff on the main. This got to be on the back. Now, I tell you, the last time I talked about this, actually, I had to do some straightening around this particular subject. Even though I put it on the back channel, why that thing got 300,000 views. I only got 17,000 subscribers on this. I only got 17K. That thing got 300,000 views. For a back channel, that's amazing. That's absolutely amazing. And I didn't want it to be that way. I didn't want it to blow up. I didn't want to do the video at all. I got pushed into it, but we ain't gonna rehash that. That video was, I got a message from YouTube saying, a notification saying it was the number 13th, you know, about the little hypes or whatever. It was the 13th hype video in the nation that week. I had to do some straightening. I had to come on my own accord. But now this is not for me. This is not personal. This is, you know, I'm coming to you. Now, none of this is legal advice. According to Corey's attorney, I'm the trap lawyer. Somebody write trap. I'm trapping. You talking to the trap lawyer. All right, so I'll be giving you the real deal. This is the hood version. All right, I should take my tie off of this BS. But man, look at what we got. What are we talking about tonight, guys? I didn't even know this. Big shout out to House of Hypocrites. He's been on this. Look, man, look at what your boy sent me. It's a lawsuit. Oh my God. It's a lawsuit. Who are the plaintiffs? It's the Daniels family. Oh my God. The Daniels family. Leslie Daniels, who is the daughter as an individual, and Sharita Daniels, the wife, also in individuals as plaintiffs. Oh my God, we got a lawsuit. What are they claiming? Defamation. Oh my God, we knew it, didn't we? Shout out to House of Hypocrites. I was like, shit. You know, when Anton came out that day, the day after, I guess it must have been a Wednesday, he was talking about the pain, he was talking about the suffering that his daughter was going through, and everybody was like, ooh, this looked like some positioning, right? This was the day he is right there. Big shout out to I just shouted about. Big shout out to House of Hypocrites. Sent me this lawsuit. I didn't know nothing about it. And this is what's surprising too, because apparently this was filed. Shit, when was this damn thing filed? This was filed in February, guys. How did no one, I don't know how this came on House of Hypocrites radar. I didn't hear nothing about this. This was filed over a month ago. Shit, we're in April now, 2 months ago. Did any of y'all hear about this? I didn't know nothing about it. And it's in LA, state of California. That is where Corey Holcomb resides, of course. And who is being sued? Corey Lamont, of course, Holcomb, and the 5150 show a business organization and John Doe's 1 through 25 inclusive. So he's leaving it open. He's saying, hey, man, hey. I might add some motherfuckers to this. Y'all keep talking. Now, big shout out to Darlene. Big shout out to Craig. I'm not really sure they said anything, right? You know, we're going to get into it. But we saw who was, who was the main culprit. But yeah, shout out to House of Hypocrites, man. He was on it for this and sent me these documents. And, you know, I don't know where he stands on this whole Anton thing or who's right or who's wrong. I'll tell you as a professional YouTuber, I guess I'll call myself, y'all don't know. People been eating on this Anton Corey Holcomb thing. I would have to say the biggest beneficiary has to be O'Shea. Somebody write O'Shea Duke Jackson. Now, he was a huge supporter of Corey Holcomb. And then Corey Holcomb started talking shit about him. So now he's like, man, you know, I don't think he was messing. And he was friends with Anton, but then he got caught up in some whole, you know, it's YouTube stuff, right? So I'm sure that O'Shea, and this might surprise you guys, but I'm sure O'Shea dropping 85 on y'all every 30 days. I'm talking 85 racks every 30 days just on the Anton shit. With 85,000 in your bank account in 30 days, would that look pretty nice? This is why, you know, shout out that, and now other people are talking about it. You know, the BB barbecue, what's my man's name? Freezy, Fatty was talking about it. Shit, everybody talking about it. I had to come out of retirement and defend myself. Oh, thank you, Poetic Flacco. He was killing it. Oh, and yeah, Poetic Flacco. He probably been dropping a cool 500 on y'all too, on your head. It's like, shit, man, I need to be making some more Anton. I feel bad because I know both of these brothers. You know, I have collabed with Corey. You know, Corey Holcomb. Listen, I feel bad for the brother, man. You know his situation. Damn near 60 years old, got to, you know, rap about sucking dick. You know, but everybody laughing about his age and stuff. He is 60. A lot of people don't. I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to 60. Truth be told. So, shit, man, you got to do what you got to do. But I went out to the 5150 show and collab, met D, met Craig, went out to eat with Corey and Craig and maybe somebody else, I don't remember. They treated me real nice, spectacularly. Put me up in a nice hotel, paid for my travel, everything. Consummate professional. Then you got Anton over here. I first met Anton when at the Kevin Samuels funeral. And then I collabed with him on multiple occasions. And he had come on my channel, I guess, before. That was the first time I met him in person. So, guys, again, I don't have a dog in this fight. Anton has been mum after especially with the whole, somebody write Mika, man. If you want to talk about the biggest winner has to be O'Shea. The person that really got the short end of the stick, man. Shout out to that girl. Ain't nobody said nothing. Ain't nobody said nothing nice to about her, man. Shout out to Mika, man. She trying. And you know, if I was Mika, I still be trying too, because you know, Anton ain't been talking about this, but Anton making 150,000 minimum every 30 days. If you get around somebody who's making 150,000, 175,000 every 30 days, you're like, shit, man, just give me 2 months. Somebody write 2 in the chat. Somebody press 2. 2 months of 150,000. It'll change your life. So I see why she might want to be like, oh man, I gotta find a way. I gotta make a way. Right? So if Poetic Flock, I think O'Shea is the GOAT on this one. I'm sure he done dropped 90 on multiple months on y'all's heads. If he's the biggest winner, it has to be Mika, who came out just the absolute worst. She went on that show with that brother. He grilled her ass up. Then she went on Tasha K for some reason. Shout out to Mika, man. Who we got in this thing, man? We got Fit. Shout out to Fit Lawyer ATL. Just had dinner with the homegirl, what, 2-3 days ago? We went to Fogo. She's like, oh, Fogo's about that meat. I took her to the meat. She was like, oh, I don't want to eat too much meat. And I looked over and she had that shit stacked up. We were both just like, we were killing it. If anybody in the ATL, man, reach out to your boy. Shit, man, what is up? Big shout out to Fit. Excellent attorney. She was just she did a live stream. Shit, Fit. What was that live stream you did about? I'm old, guys. I'm like Corey. I'm damn near 50. I can't keep up with all these push shiesty people and all that. I don't know what the hell going on. But big shout out to Fit, man. Check out her last live stream. She was cooking. We got Smell the Roses in here. Shout out to Smell the Roses. You in the ATL, right? Well, she told some lady to take her wig off and go to bed. I was like, oh, shit. this girl here. Take your wig off and go to bed. We got some... Hell no, man. Y'all be talking crazy on this damn internet. Shout out to Smell the Roses. Oh, man, look who we got. Pills talking about Atlanta. Pills Potion. She come to Atlanta. Don't even tell her brother. Why not? Oh, well, I didn't think that you'd want to hit. Why not? I seen what you're working with. I didn't think these fucking women, man, they got that damn pissing me off. What are we even talking about, guys? We're talking about the lawsuit. Look at this. Defamation. What is Anton's family alleging? They alleging false light. Defamation of Leslie Daniels with respect to that goddamn t-shirt. Why Corey called that girl an ape? The whole family. They were apes. Gorillas in the mist. I mean, right. Apparently not. She was a kid at the time. We're going to go through all of this, guys. We are going to go through all of this. This is crazy. I ain't even want to do this ninja stuff no more, man. I'm doing my body cam shit. And then I'm starting some new channels where I'm going to help the brothers out going through relationships. They're going through their divorces. But man, when I saw House of Hypocrites video, I was like, God damn, this lawsuit was filed. I didn't even know. You know that man is a detective. He got the overcoat and everything. I don't know how he heard about this. It's been out for over a month, guys. And I know House of Hypocrites making his money. Freezy making his money. The BBQ making his money. They all making money. All right, so we're gonna get into this. First, let me do this though. Speak of the devil, talking about amazing content creators. We got our man a little gaming channel. Somebody write TLGC in the house. Somebody write TLGC. What my man say? Said Flacco suing that ninja next. What's poppin', Lee? Everybody about to empty those pockets. All right, man. Y'all know who this man is. TLGC. Man, I done had real talk because I've been on here years. I done had thousands and thousands of people show love to your boy, support and heavy-handed. but there's a few 5 to 10 out of the thousands. I'm talking the top 1% of the 1% that have really just kind of established and held up and undergirded the whole damn channel. I'm talking about infrastructure. Just huge support when I was on it, when I wasn't on it, when I was sick, when I was well. And it has been less than 10 out of the thousands. And that's hard to say because I've been on here a long time. You know, your boy be getting it. You be getting some support. But no one has supported your boy more in the channel more than the little gaming channel. So for the love of the game, if you love me a little bit, somebody write TLGC one more again. One more again. And he's exactly right. When I heard Corey call, and lawyers, we're not supposed to go around starting beefs. We're, hey, Flacco, you need to, I don't want to say that stuff. Now, Flacco had a misunderstanding about how the law worked. Flacco was thinking, oh, he has to name me specifically. And that's not the law. Flacco was thinking, oh, I ain't got no case because he didn't say my name specifically. Now, how's Flacco supposed to know? He's not an attorney, right? There's no shade. That's not how it worked, though. So when Little Gaming Channel said, you about to end it in pockets now, and we can talk about this, so we're going to go through all of it, guys. Apparently, I don't even want to go through all that. But big shout out to the Little Gaming Channel. He is the stream sponsor. Let me put my man up in the banner here. The Little Gaming Channel. He is a alpha man. Shout out to the alphas. Everybody, shout out to the AKAs. Shout out to the deltas. Shout out to the sigmas. If you shout out to the Omega Psi-Phi, the dogs. If you in a fraternity, if you in a frat, shout your frat out. Don't nobody care when it was incorporated. Incorporated, nobody cares. But shout yourself out. Big shout out to TLGC. And shout out to all of the alphas. Shout out to the Kappas. Kevin Samuels. We're going to get into this, man. I remember there was this one, I went to UGA, there was this, oh my God, there was this one AKA, of course. You're a colorist, Lee. I'm just calling a spade a spade. When you go to college and there's 35,000 people, you go to a small elementary school, a small high school, and then you plopped into 35,000 students. You see shit you ain't never seen before. That girl, Jesus fucking Christ. Shout out to all of them. Who we got in here, man? So big shout out to Little Gaming Channel. Thank you so much. So much, Little Gaming Channel. Really appreciate that. We got our man Blue Baggins in the house. Said this ninja mad he done lost his side thing. Somebody got a bag. Oh, all right. Blue Baggins making his affiliations known. You don't think he's talking to Mika no more? You think they done fell out? Man, Mika put in a lot of work, a lot of time with Anton. I don't know why I don't know, man. I got a lot of thoughts on this. I don't really want to get into it, but I just know how YouTube has changed my life. I can't even tell you the ways. And I'm not dying. Believe me when I'm telling you that I'm not just talking about the money. Although there is money. But it's the freedom. It's the freedom. The freedom to not have to go to an office. I ain't been to court 3, 4, 5 years. It's because of this. So it's like, if I was a startup and I had the opportunity to be around someone with 1 million subscribers who's making 150 to 250,000 every 30 days, like Anton is, if you count up all the streams of revenue. You should have to pay for that. If I was Anton, I'd be like, Mickey, you might have to pay me. Because what you're gonna learn being around me, you can't go to YouTube and be like, how do I make $150,000 a month on YouTube? You ain't gonna learn nothing. They're gonna be teaching you about thumbnails and titles and shit. And that is not so I don't know, man. I got a lot of thoughts on that, but we already know Blue Baggins is making his affiliations known. Big shout out to Blue. Shout out to Danielle. We got Danielle in the house. Says South Carolina checking in. South Kakalaka. Says, I love your show. Waiting for some more arrest reaction videos. Okay, you from the other channel. All right, you from the real. You, man, you about to see some ninja stuff over here. Are you white? I can't tell. Because you this is ninja stuff. I don't know if you want to be here. Says, just wanted to support my Georgia neighbor. Prayers and blessings to you, Lee. Shout out to you, Danielle Powell. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Danielle. Thank you. Got a Little Rocket here says, yo, that's exactly what I said when I saw this lawsuit. I was like, yo, what the hell? The Daniels family versus Corey Lamont. I was like, what the hell is going on? Look at all of this. We're going to go through it all, guys. Let me go down. He even put a picture of the girl. I blocked it out. I know she 18, just out of respect. Got a picture of the damn t-shirt with the apes. Somebody write Planet of the Apes. Don't write that shit. With the apes. Just a little girl. Are there any fathers in the house, man? Are there any fathers in the house? What if a 60-year-old man was talking about your daughter's an ape and this and that? Wouldn't that just kind of, ugh? I ain't got no kids. You talk about, I don't give a fuck, but somebody talking about your little girl, especially if you're a father, mothers and daughters, they always got this fighting shit, conflict. But the fathers and the daughters, especially when the daughters are so young, you just a princess. Somebody's calling your princess a gorilla. That's not gonna make you want, When I saw this shirt, shout out to Little Rock, I was like, yo, the hell is going on? So we go get all into it, man. This is about to be fucked up. And again, I'm not on nobody's side. I know Corey's been talking about your boy crazy, but if I have not learned anything in the last couple of years, it has been compassion. That's why when he was talking shit about me, I ain't even say nothing. I only had to say something when he just kept going on and was trying to talk about that I was lying and stuff. I had to set the record straight. 300,000 of y'all watch that video on this channel, which only has 17K subs. That video, 300,000, got way more than the damn video he was talking to me about. This on the back channel. That's on his main channel. Shit, sometimes the truth, people want to know about it. Big shout out to Ted. He says, Lee cooking with grease. Ask a Brother podcast. So, yeah, shout out to Ask a Brother podcast. Thank you so much, Teddy P. I just did a collab over there. Again, helping these brothers out with y'all's divorces, y'all's relationships. Y'all be making the little mistakes that are easy for me to correct. But when y'all make them, it's a damn disaster. So y'all check out Ask a Brother podcast that I was on there a few days ago. Really, really amazing collab. And that brother's killing the game. So shout out to him. Shout out to Teddy. Shout out to Cyrus. Cyrus says, Corey gonna soon have to start live streaming from his car. Okay. With Craig and Darlene in the back on the phone hooked up to the dashboard. God damn. You gonna have a DJ back there with the ox. All right, big shout out to Cyrus. Thank you so much. Shout out to Blue. What Blue say? Blue says, now when you say Mika put it, here we go. Do y'all think something was happening? Y'all think something was happening? That's kind of messy though, right? To that have that, that's messy. If y'all were YouTubers, would y'all ever sleep with y'all subscribers? Y'all think the lead done slept with a subscriber? Press 1 if you think the lead, man, he was being messy as hell with a damn sub. That's messy. I don't know, man. I don't know, but big shout out. And shout out to my man, Cian. I saw my man Cian in the house. Cian, I got your email, man. I want to do that video, this live stream that you want. I don't even know if you're in here. Y'all seen that damn Dak Prescott called off his engagement? But it's like, that's messy as hell too, because Dak Prescott got 2 kids by this woman. They were engaged. The wedding got called off. Some people say it was called off because of the prenup. Some people say it was called off because Dak was cheating. In the name Dak. Some people saying Dak called it off. Some people were saying the woman called it off. So it's like, it's just hard. You can find articles that say they go every which you want way. So I would like to do a live stream, but I don't know which version is the truth. See, that's the problem. So that's my issue. I've been mulling it over a couple of days, saying you supported me like none other. If you want me to do a damn stream, I'll do it. But I just didn't. You really the only second person that has wanted me to do a stream, and I'm willing to do it. The first, and this is so funny. The only other person that asked me to do a stream, but I did it, was BLJ, House of Hypocrites. Are you listening? BLJ wanted me to do a stream on a brother that had 6 kids by 6 different women. And we were emailing back and forth. I was like, man, I don't want to do this shit because he's lying. BLJ was like, no, this is crazy. I said, fuck, man, I'll go to do this goddamn thing. And I think he came up. Y'all be setting me up for the okie doke. I was talking about the brother, and I think he came on the show. And so it's me and him talking about his ass having 6 kids by 6 baby mamas. I was like, you done set my ass up, and guess who it was? Wait, that was like 2, 3, 4 years ago? Shit, man. Oh my God. How times have changed. Y'all be setting your brothers up, man. So see it, I am not ignoring you. I've been mulling it around in my head how to do it, but all the articles that I put up, they all say different things. So, but anyway, let us get to what we gonna get to. Because this is some crazy shit right here. Shout out to Mr. Fantastic. Let's see my man, Mr. Fantastic, in the house. Say, yeah, he came on the show and got obliterated. I knew he was fucking. I've been doing this too long. If he would have been talking about cars or baseball or something, he would have got away with the lies. But you talking about 6 baby mamas and child support? I've been listening to stuff over 20 years. You could never lie to me. I'm gonna hear it immediately. And so I'm emailing back and forth with BLJ, but he done supported me so much. I was like, man, I'll do the shit. But it's just some YouTube shit, guys. Okay, but let's see what the hell we got going on up in here, man. Because this is insanity. All right, so we got the Daniels family, the daughter and the wife, suing Corey Holcomb and the show, and he's leaving it open for 25 people if you want to add some names. Now I'm saying he, but it's not he. You will notice, and this is important, that Anton Daniels he's not a party to this. We just, this the women folk. Anton's like, shit, man, I'm a man. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say about me. I'm making $200,000 a month. And shit, man. He might got a point. If from all your income streams you making 200,000 every 30 days, what you gonna call me, right? That I haven't been called before. So what's being alleged? What are the women folk? What are they saying? Defamation, and we're gonna get into this. False light, defamation of that damn shirt, gorillas in the mist. Defamation of Sharita with respect to the shirt, Planet of the Apes. That's what Corey was on. Intentional affliction of emotional distress suffered by the daughter. Intentional infliction of emotional distress suffered by the wife. And violation of California Civil Code, 3344. Okay, here we go. All right, y'all get ready. Oh my God. Another reason why I'm so blessed to be a YouTuber. Guys, y'all see this stuff. Y'all see these documents, and I don't really think that y'all think about. Well, let me tell you, when y'all see this, I don't know what y'all think about, but when I see this, you know what I think about? I think about being in my bed and I have the remote and I hit that damn remote and the bed just incline up, and then I put my fucking feet up, shut that shit. And I got the laptop and I'm just fucking clicking and clacking. Because I used to draft these goddamn things. These things, guys, don't just fall out of the sky. Like, somebody got to write this bullshit. We got to write them. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have to write these things anymore, man. For what? So glad that I'm out. Anyways, let's keep going. Comes now the daughter and the wife and file this complaint against Corey Holcomb and the 5150 show. The parties, who do we got? Leslie Daniels. She's an African American. Y'all be wearing out this whole tether shit. So can somebody tell me what a fucking tether is? People call it Anton. What is the goddamn tether? Am I a tether? I took my 23andMe when y'all remember 23andMe when that shit came out. Anybody do that? And I found out that I was 18% white. And that's not really a surprise because African Americans, we can look at each other. We can distinguish the Africans from the African Americans. Can we not? White folks, they're like, oh, y'all all look alike. Okay, but we can distinguish who's African American, who's African most of the time. Sometimes, but just being part white, even if you 1% white, make you a tether? I don't know. Anybody done their 23andMe? Put their percentages. Smell the roses? Shit. What you? You got down 50. But me, I'm 18%. I don't know. Anyway, Leslie Daniels is an African American. She was 17 years old and a senior in high school at all times mentioned in this complaint. Sharita Daniels, residing in Detroit, Michigan, also an African American. Oh, here we go. Okay, so Anton is mentioned in this. Guys, I have not read this, all right? So we're reading this shit together. I don't know nothing about what's going on. Leslie Daniels is the daughter of Anton Daniels. Sharita is the wife. Based upon information and belief, Corey at all times is a resident of LA. All right. Corey produced and appeared on a weekly podcast known as the Corey Holcomb 5150 Show. The show consists of long, rambling. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? We have to write this shit, but I don't mean you. They throwing shots in the damn. Hell no! I'm sorry. I didn't expect that. I didn't. Usually, because this is a lawsuit. All right, this is a formal document. You don't expect an uppercut. All right, so let's go back. Okay, the 5150 Show consists of long, rambling, profanity-laced monologues by Corey Holcomb, interspaced by product commercials and solicitations. Damn. It's a business entity. Airs Corey, I guess. Oh, the show 5150 is a business that produces and airs the Corey Holcomb 5150 Show. Okay. The true names and capacities, whether individuals. Okay, so he's leaving John Doe's, Jane Doe's 1 through 25. All right, here we go. Plaintiffs are informed and believe, and again, let's just say this. Now, what's going to happen at some point if it makes it to this process is discovery. And y'all know Anton got the money to lawyer up. We have seen Corey's attorney. Anton got money. So a damn discovery where you get to depose people, that is one of the funner parts of being in it. Sometimes it could be, if you got to travel for it and stuff. But I get to sit there 6 hours, 8 hours, 12 hours, 2-3 days, depending on the case. And I just get to grill you minute by minute, get you to answer all of my questions. I get to investigate. And shit, a lot of times, real talk, people don't want to be sued, not because they might lose money, but they don't want to do the damn discovery process. Because that damn thing is, all the skeletons come out, right? Anyway, the Anton's family alleged that each of the defendants are responsible in some manner for the occurrences herein alleged, and that plaintiff's injuries herein alleged were legally or approximately caused by the defendants. That's just saying, hey man, we think that Corey and his show and whoever else, they are the ones who did this. Wherever it is alleged that any act or omission was also done or committed by any specifically named defendant, plaintiffs hereby intend or to allege and do allege. All right, so this is just saying about the Jane and John Does. This is pretty legalese. Plaintiffs believe that each of the defendants is an agent or employer. All right, so what is this saying? That, hey man, Corey did it, he's responsible, the 5150 Show is responsible, somebody's responsible. All right, that's just naming the parties. This is the jurisdiction. Okay, it says this court, which is in California, has jurisdiction over the case, and they're going to be asking for more than 35 racks. All right, so we don't know. Some people read this and say, oh, well, Anton Daniels, he's going to sue for $35,000. No, you have to put this in here to qualify to be in this courtroom, and you have to say that it's going to be more than 35,000. So it could be 40,000. It could be 4 million. We don't know. In fact, you know what I want to do? I want to take a peek. I want to take a peek at the bottom to see if they tell us how much Anton is going to ask for. And when I say, guys, when I say Anton, just know that I'm talking about Anton's family. All right. Let me see here. No. So we don't know yet how much they're going to ask for. All right. They could ask for 1 million, 2 million. Now, y'all know Tasha K, and we're going to talk about this, but you can win $4 million, speaking of Tasha K, and not get paid. Tasha K was on Corey Holcomb's ass and had hooked up apparently with Corey's baby mama or something like that. Don't quote me on that, but Tasha K was saying that Corey ain't got a cent to his name. Now, I believe if you ask Corey, Corey will say, yeah, I ain't got a cent to my name. I got money, but I ain't got a cent to my name. And Tasha was talking about how, Corey was so mad that he had to pay an extra $200, or he had to pay like $250 in child support a month or something like that. And he was outraged that, it went from like 200 to 250 or something Tasha K was saying, but a very minimal amount. But that Corey was wilding out over the increase. You have to ask Tasha about that. I don't know. But let's just say that the increase was to $450 a month. You're going to sue somebody for $1 million, $2 million, but they acting out over $450 a month. Now, Corey making money. You see the super chats, and apparently he's going around on. I know his numbers are low. They've been low. His numbers are dropping. I know that, but he's still getting something. And he's doing shows. That has to be something. So he's making money, but you can have money, but it might not be in your name. So that's another thing, right? Anyway, where do we leave off? Oh yeah, so Corey is being sued, and Anton's family is going to ask for at least $35,000. Venue is proper. All right, here we go. The factual background. January of this year, boy, this was like a whole Cat Williams thing. There are still people eating off of this. Your boy House of Hypocrites. Shit, I mean, I was talking about him. What am I doing? It's crazy. I don't remember a beef between two content creators that has lasted this long. It's insane. January of this year, the Corey Holcomb show aired through YouTube, has a wide audience. That's true. January 13th, Anton, father of Leslie, husband of Sharita, appeared on the show. After introductory comments were made by defendant Holcomb and the guest, the two individuals became involved in an intense, heated discussion, and provocative remarks were exchanged. That is true. There were some provocative remarks. What your boy say? Take your bitch with you. If you bring a bitch, stand on the bitch. Stand on her. I was like, what? Mika. Like, God damn. That shit got wild. So he's right when he says some provocative remarks were exchanged. Who do y'all think got the best of this? The best of that introduction? Some people say, oh, well, he didn't say it again. Anton didn't say it again. Some people say, shit, he said it 3 times. How many times you need him to say it? Put Anton, if you more on Anton's side for that, and put C, put Corey, put A for Anton, C for Corey. Depending on who you think got the better of it. I think if a man says something 3 times to your face, man, you asking him to say it a 4th time, it's like, oh. Say it 18 times and watch what I'll do. All right, nigga, all right. All right, so provocative remarks. The following week, January 20th, Corey aired another 5150 show. During the show, and here we go, the defendant twice aired a photograph of plaintiff's daughter, Leslie, standing immediately in the back of an American flag. And again, this is, y'all remember this, this photo. Now, again, I blocked out the face, just, you know, she 18 now and Anton filed this, but just on the strength. But y'all remember it. So he showed this and he was saying some crazy shit. Do y'all remember some of the shit that he was saying? It was insane. So he showed a photo of the child, but let me just be clear. For the photo that y'all saw, I blocked it out. The photo that Corey showed was unredacted, unblurred of this minor. Some of y'all are going to be like, well, she's not a child. She was only 17. And see, that's the shit that gets y'all locked up for 25 years. You're doing day for day. She's only 16, lead attorney. She got hair down, you know. He's a child. Right? Up until she's 18, she's a child. Well, the law says that at 17, you go, okay, listen. Whatever you want to say about your interactions, but at the end of the day, legally for this, she was a minor. Let's get that straight. She got C cups, leader to y'all fuckers don't listen. I don't care nothing about no goddamn C cups. I don't care nothing about no fake IDs. The child. So Corey showed the unredacted, unblurred photo of the child. Corey clearly identified Leslie as the daughter of Anton. Yeah. While the photo was shown, Corey Holcomb made disparaging and highly offensive statements about plaintiff and her father. And her mother, he did. He did. Corey referred to plaintiff, the daughter, on the broadcast as an ugly ass dyke. I don't even remember that. He called her a bunch of shit. He was saying some wild shit. So apparently this was the bad thing. Corey called this child an ugly ass dyke. Corey knew at the time that the statement was made that the plaintiff was a minor. Now, I'd have to go back and listen to it. I don't know if Corey knew that she was a child at the time. She's 17, so I don't know. Corey, I'll be honest with you, Corey don't be knowing a lot of shit. Y'all saw what he said about Flacco. He's 60 years old. Like, what does he know? His damn attorney don't know shit either. Did y'all see the shit that his attorney was saying about me? None of them know nothing. They don't know shit. So it could be that he didn't know that she was a child, but okay, let's keep going. I don't know. I have to go back and rewatch. I done forgot what he said. This was in January. The statement was made intentionally to disparage and demean plaintiff. I mean, that has to be true. The defendant expected at the time that he would profit monetarily by ridiculing Leslie and subjecting her to scorn. I mean, this is true if he said it on the show and he's taking super chats and he's taking memberships and he's taking ad revenue. The stream was monetized. So Corey knew that he was profiting while he said that, since his podcast has promotions for products that bring in substantial revenue. I was like, does he have products? But he does. How do I know? Because damn O'Shea be wearing them. O'Shea done bought the merch. I should make some merch. Do y'all want me to sell some fucking hoodies? I have never sold I've never sold merch. I want to be sure. Sometimes you'll buy something and the shit will shrink up on you. I don't ever want that to happen to y'all. So I don't know. I haven't sold them, but we'll see. On the next show, January 27th, Corey exhibited for his audience a t-shirt which depicted Leslie as an ape and depicted Anton's wife as an ape. Corey explained that viewers of his podcast could purchase the t-shirt. Shit. I'm worried about selling merch because, you know, the hoodies might shrink. And this man out selling t-shirts with Anton's family as gorillas. Maybe my standards are too high. I just put anything on a goddamn shirt. Kind of fucked up. He alleged that all the money received from viewers would be donated to the family of a woman shot in Detroit by ICE. To date, no accounting. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Was that a scam? Who thinks, Corey, all the money that was donated from the shirts, all the sale, all the profits, who think Corey donated that money to that white woman that got shot by ICE? Put a yes if you think Corey donated the money. Put a no if you like, hell no, that nigga kept that money. Was it a scam? I didn't even think about that. He did say he was going to donate that money. Y'all think he did? Put Y if you think he donated every cent. Put in if you like, he ain't donate that shit. God damn. First cause of action. All right, so here we go. Defamation. Corey Holcomb on his podcast, January 20th, falsely you know what I don't like? And shout out to, I mean, I got this document from House of Hypocrites. So I don't know if he did this or, you know, I would tend to think not. But I don't like these fucking highlights and this red underlining stuff. It's throwing me off. Sometimes attorneys do this. They'll put shit in bold. They'll put shit in all caps. You don't really, you're doing a lot by all this highlighting and underlining, to be honest. So let me try to read it. Corey on his podcast falsely stated that Anton's daughter was a dyke. This is disparaging, homophobic, and misogynistic. It is a slur for a lesbian, particularly one who is masculine or butch. Anton's daughter is a heterosexual and is not a lesbian, for what it's worth. The false light was made by defendants intentionally to demean plaintiff and subject her to ridicule. Defendants knew the statement was false at the time it was made, or they failed to use reasonable care to determine whether the truth or the falsity of the statement yet made. What? Defendants failed to use reasonable care to determine either the truth or the falsity of the statement yet made them anyway without regard to their truthfulness. Yeah? I mean, if Corey is going around saying Poetic Flacco is a rapist, who thinks that Corey really investigated whether this minor was heterosexual or homosexual? He didn't. He was just talking. Just talking about a girl. Just talking about a girl's sexuality. Now, is this the first time that Corey has talked about girls' sexualities? Wasn't he talking about a 5-year-old sucking on a bottle, and y'all remember that, and being bounced on a lap? You know, Corey joking about little girls. That ain't nothing for him. So based on this, Anton's family is saying they are entitled to recover compensatory damages. Plaintiff maintains that defendants knew the statements were false and acted with a conscious disregard of the child's rights. The statements were made with oppression and malice in an effort to disparage plaintiff and damage her personal reputation and to subject her to ridicule among her friends, classmates, and the viewing audience. So he is asking for compensation based, number one, on defamation. And I'm going to explain all of this a little later, guys. Number two, false light. Anton says that his daughter, that the statements that Corey made about his daughter on the podcast showed the daughter in a false light. Corey falsely stated that the daughter was a dyke. The word dyke, disparaging, homophobic. So he knew, Corey knew that the statements would create a false impression about the daughter. And Corey acted in reckless disregard. I know the judge gonna be, shout out to Anton, but I know the judge gonna be mad as hell looking at all these goddamn highlights. Hopefully that's just the way that I downloaded this and that's not what was actually in the documents. Defamation of Leslie with respect to the t-shirt. All right, so the same thing. There was a picture of a t-shirt. We talked about that. The depiction of Black people as apes and or monkeys and or gorillas and or chimpanzees is a deeply rooted, racist, and dehumanizing trope with a long history designed to deny the humanity of African-descended people and justify slavery and discrimination. Oh, shit. We going back to slavery. Kunta Kinte, 18 years a slave. Is that what that t-shirt meant? It's like, fuck. We going deep with that damn t-shirt, ain't we? Shit, God damn. I mean, but if a white man calls your Black daughter an ape, are you gonna feel away? Now, maybe you should, maybe you shouldn't. It's just words, sticks and stones, but there is something there, right? But this isn't a white man, this is a Black man. What do white people say all the time? Why do Black people get to say the N-word that we don't, so there, there's some play there. Black man to Black man, Black on Black humiliation and violence. This image is understood to be so degrading and demeaning that it cannot possibly be passed off as satire or humor. The image of the daughter as an ape was and is defamatory. The daughter is entitled to recover damages. All right, the fourth cause of action, defamation of the wife. Defendant, shit, I'm gonna just read the highlighted portions. Apparently, those are the most important. Defendant Holcomb's exhibit of the t-shirt with the picture, and again, let's see the picture of the chimps, the apes. So this is them, this is it right here. Oh, shit. You got Papa Ape. Who did this, man? Oh, no, I didn't even see this. Oh, wait, what's the girl's name? Leslie. So maybe this was a bad transcription, but it's supposed to say, "This is dedicated to you, Leslie." Oh my God. It says Lane, but did they pick it up wrong? It says, "Hey, leave my family out of this." And this is the goddamn family. This apparently is the daughter. Who drew this up, man? This is terrible. This is fucked up, Corey. Let's see here. All right, so we got the t-shirt. And again, so we talked about the t-shirt with respect to the daughter. Then you got the t-shirt also with respect to the wife. So we're not really going to go through this. It's the same thing. And they want punitive damages, not just compensatory damages, punitive damages. You got IIED, also known as the intentional infliction of emotional distress. What does Anton say? He says, "Listen, by publicly declaring my daughter to be an ugly dyke and by exhibiting and selling a t-shirt containing a picture of her as an ape, Corey and the 5150 show caused Anton's daughter to suffer severe emotional distress. Corey knew that Leslie would hear the false and degrading description of her and would know that Corey and the 5150 show were hawking a t-shirt with an image of her as an ape. Gorillas in the mist. Anton's daughter did, in fact, hear the defamatory description of her and see the degrading t-shirt. Oh my God. And I think this is what Anton said, right? He said that the daughter, don't quote me on this, but that the daughter was broken. So yeah, this got back to her. And you know how vicious kids can be, especially, in high school and stuff. They were probably hating on her anyway because she got over 300 medals. So, anytime you doing really good, people gonna come up and try to knock you down a few pegs. And now you got a 60-year-old man calling you a dyke, a 60-year-old man saying all types of shit. And it's interesting, Anton is only talking about one statement that Corey made. But Corey made a ton of statements about this daughter. So it's interesting that they're only pursuing one. It was some crazy stuff that was being said about this girl. Corey knew that the emotional distress would probably result from their conduct or gave little to no thought to the probable effects of their conduct. Now, here's the thing. People were saying, oh, well, this is fair. All's fair in love and war. And, Anton also talked about children, right? Who is he talking about? The black Israeli, what is it? I don't know. There was some video circulating of him talking about children or something like that. But so people are saying, hey man, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Corey can talk about Anton to make Anton feel away. But this is what Anton is saying. Anton's saying, well, if you want to talk about me to make me feel away, then that's fine. But do you guys think that Corey really thought about how the girl would feel? Because the girl is Anton's daughter, but anybody who has kids know that as they grow up, kids have their own mind. They're actually two different people from the parents. The parents and the children are two different people. So if you want to go at the father, okay, but if you're going at the kid has her own feelings. So I guess the question is, put yes if you think Corey thought about the girl's feelings, or put no if you think, well, shit, I just think Corey was trying to hurt Anton. I don't think Corey actually reflected on how this girl would feel. I don't know. I don't know. Anton says that Corey's conduct was a gross and despicable and beyond Corey's conduct was gross, despicable, and beyond the bounds of human decency. Corey was guilty of malice and oppression. As a result of the despicable racist trope, the defendant is entitled to an award not only of compensatory damages, but of punitive damages as well. Then you got infliction, intentional infliction of emotional distress, also about the shirt. And then you got a violation of California Civil Code. Says that Corey violated California Civil Code by displaying the photograph of the daughter, a minor, without prior permission of plaintiff or her parents for commercial gain or profit. Do you guys think that Corey displayed the daughter's photo for gain or profit? Wasn't he selling a goddamn t-shirt? This is dedicated to you, Leslie? Didn't he have her up on that $1 million supposed billboard or whatever behind them, that backdrop? While super chats were rolling in, while memberships were rolling in, while ad revenue was rolling in. Didn't he have that? Says the defendant's conduct was knowing and intentional. At the time that the defendant Holcomb displayed the photograph during his podcast, he stated that it was a photograph of Anton Daniel's daughter. See, that's the thing. You can be like, well, lead on the t-shirt, it wasn't Leslie, it was an ape. What's the problem? Corey held up the shirt and said, ha ha, this is Anton's daughter. Ha ha. So it's, you know, he's saying that that's her. And then again, he had her on the backdrop. So Anton wants compensatory damages in an amount to be proven at trial, punitive damages for the first, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth causes of action. Oh shit, he wants attorney's fees. También. Claro, obvio. You got to have the attorney's fees. And for costs of litigation. So he's asking for money, guys. What do you think? Do you think he's got a good case or a bad case? Now, this was filed on the 24th of February. Now, supposedly, when you get a lawsuit filed, you got 30 days to respond. You got about a month to respond, depending on the jurisdiction. So that would mean that Corey has until March 24th to respond, right? So as Corey responded to this, but maybe not quite, because you gotta consider it's not the date that you file the case, it's the date that it's served. So was Corey served in March? Was he served this month? The clock starts basically when you're served. So he might not be served yet, right? This is interesting. Now let me show you guys this. We can kind of take a look to see kind of what's going on with this, right? Let me show y'all this. All right, so what happened again? January 13th, Corey and Anton get into it. January 20th, Corey displays, and again, none of this, guys, let me just say this again, none of this is legal advice. All right, this is just information, just for entertainment and educational purposes. All right, Corey. Now Corey's show only airs on Tuesdays, so that's why you got January 13th, January 20th, January 27th. Right, these are all Tuesdays. So Corey and them get into it. Corey and Anton get into it on the 13th. The next Tuesday, Corey airs a clear, unblurred photo of Anton's 17-year-old daughter, calls her a slur. He makes sexualized and degrading remarks about her to an audience of tens of thousands. And we can just assume that it's probably got 100, 200,000 views by now. So at least 200,000 people maybe had the opportunity to look at that. Then the next Tuesday, Corey displays a T-shirt depicting Anton's daughter and Anton's wife as apes. He offers the shirt for sale to viewers, claiming the proceeds would go to charity. However, no accounting of the funds have been provided. Right. And then so a month later, bam. Anton's family files this lawsuit. All right, so that's kind of the backdrop. Now, who's involved? We got the daughter, again, 17 years old, high school. She lives in Michigan. She has no real social media presence that I know of, but she's an elite Taekwondo athlete. I think Anton said she's an Olympic trial contender. Is that right? And then the wife of Anton resides with him in Detroit. And she's on his shows sometimes, but I don't think she has her own show. And then the defendants, Corey Holcomb, we know him and the 5150 show. And again, as I pointed out, Anton is not a plaintiff. This is only brought by his family, by his daughter and his wife. Now, what do we got? The causes of action. What is Anton talking about? He's saying, number one, defamation per se. Why? That's for Leslie, saying that Corey called Leslie a homophobic slur on air. False light also with Leslie, placing her as in a false offensive public light. We got defamation against Corey for what he said about Leslie, or this one about the putting her on the on the shirt, on the merchandise as a gorilla. Defamation. Sharita is bringing this one again for the ape on the shirt. Both Leslie and Sharita have their own independent claims for intentional infliction of emotional distress, right? And then this California Civil Code, the unauthorized commercial use of Leslie being a minor. Now let's talk a little bit about the defamation per se, the slur. What was said? Man, let me do this. Let me see if I can find what Corey said. Corey said so much about that girl. Let me see if I can find it. He said, it's going to take me too long to go through it, but he said a lot about that girl, guys. But again, even though he made all these statements about this girl, Anton's family is only suing for two reasons. Only one statement, right? Well, they're suing for multiple reasons, but one about the statement of the dyke, and then two about the ape on the shirt. So what was said, Corey Holcomb refers to Anton Daniel's daughter, a 17-year-old, as an ugly ass dyke at timestamp 2:05:46 in the broadcast. He knew she was a minor. Now this is debatable. He showed her clear, unblurred photo while making these statements. That's true. And it's also true that the broadcast was monetized. Now, why could this be defamation per se? Dyke is a homophobic slur imputing homosexuality, a specific false factual claim. And this is what Anton James is saying. Hey, man, if you think my 17-year-old daughter at 17-year-old at the time is homophobic, fine. Homophobic is a lesbian, is a homosexual, fine, prove it. You said it. You're going to talk about my girl's sexuality. Okay, prove it. Oh, you can't prove it, but you said it and you didn't retract it. And not only did you not retract it, you made a t-shirt about it. The next time you aired, you made a t-shirt talking about her as being an ape. Okay. The complaint says that Leslie is heterosexual, right? So defamation per se means damages are presumed. You don't need to prove specific economic loss. Now, if we go back and listen to what Anton was talking about that day after, he was like, hey, man, my daughter is destroyed. She's got to go. Maybe she's on her way to the clinic, the hospital. There may be medical bills. He was talking about maybe therapy, treatment. All that costs money. If it's defamation per se, you don't even have to prove your medicals. If you're a private citizen, and we're going to get into this. But defamation per se is like, hey, man, we're going to presume that you were injured. And that's, the money comes in because you get that, and you probably get the attorney's fees, cost of litigation. So what are the strengths and the weaknesses of Anton's family's claim regarding the daughter in defamation? The strengths is that the specific false statement of fact about there was a specific false statement of fact about an identified minor. That's true. Photos showed simultaneously. That's true. She's a private figure. We're going to talk about this. If you're a private figure, you have the lower fault standard. It's negligence, not actual malice. So this means Corey didn't need to have malice in his heart when he was saying these things about the daughter's sexuality. He could have just been saying it negligently, that he didn't go and look it up. He didn't research it. He didn't need to say it to hurt her. He just needed to say it wantonly. He just needed to be running his fucking mouth. Negligence is a much easier standard than actual malice. And you get this easy standard if you are a private figure. Is she a regular person? And what also hurts is that this broadcast that Corey did was monetized. So it's not just private speech, right? Now, what are the vulnerabilities? Kind of where are the weak points? What's Corey going to say? Corey's going to say, I'm a comedian. Right? Corey's going to say, I'm a comedian, man. He's going to argue this was just rhetorical hyperbole. This was a crude insult. It's not a factual claim about her sexuality. Come on, man. In the context of profanity-laced rants, courts sometimes classify slurs as opinion, right? And we're going to talk about anti-slap. So that's kind of where you get the strengths and the weaknesses with the defamation. Now, what is the false light? That's the second thing that Anton's family is looking for. What is false light? False light is a privacy tort. It does not require a provably false statement of fact. It only requires that Corey place the daughter before the public in a highly offensive false position. It's easier to prove than the defamation. Now, why does it fit here? Well, the daughter's athletic achievement photo was taken and associated with sexual innuendo, slurs, and adult beef. And that's, I think, what people aren't looking at. People are focusing on Corey attacking Anton and saying, hey, man, your daughter got in at fair game. right? You were talking shit. I'm going to talk shit about you. Fine. But the daughter is her own independent person. So if you want to attack Anton by using the daughter, you can do that, but you can't violate any of the daughter's rights because she's not Anton. They're two different people. And if you violate her rights, especially as a minor, there might be some consequences to that. Right? So with the false light, a jury can find this highly offensive. And here's another thing too, guys. Listen, y'all know what sector we're in. All right. And a lot of shit goes on this sector. A lot of shit goes. You can have YouTubers saying some wild shit about this kid. I saw a YouTuber saying some crazy stuff about this kid. And the crazy thing was the YouTuber was a woman herself, a Black woman, if you can believe that. I had never seen that. I had never seen a Black woman talk shit about a Black child. But whatever, man, we're on YouTube. But YouTube is very small. It's not the real world. This case is going to go on in the real world. There's going to be a jury in the real world. When a jury hears this 60-year-old Black guy calling this this minor child a ugly ass dyke, is that going to fly? It might fly on YouTube because YouTube is kind of Neverland. It's crazy over here. But in the real world, are regular people going to see this? Are white people going to see this and be like, "What? This is okay to you?" Right? And so this is kind of where you have a jury, depending on the makeup of the jury, regular people can find this highly offensive. Highly offensive. California recognizes false light. It's well established. And false light also often survives when the defamation is borderline. All right. So defamation requires a false statement of fact, whereas false light only requires you putting somebody in a highly offensive false position. So let's talk about the t-shirt, racial defamation. Like shit. Before we do that, let me just shout out some people real quick. Big shout out to Teddy P. Says Corey gonna get the bottom of the bottle. I heard that. Shout out to Blue. What did Blue say? Blue said, I thought for sure you were going to be covering hip hop latest crash dummy Pookie Shiesty. That's you know what's crazy also? Like he got out the next day. Isn't the dude out? How do you shoot somebody and you're out? And then did y'all see the statements that he made when he got out? I'm like, man. That Pooh Shiesty shit was crazy as hell. Yeah, I shot him and I'll slap him and shoot him again. Like, what the fuck? How you go over there to the studio, you wearing an ankle monitor? How you and your boys leave and now your boys are flossing goddamn diamond encrusted Rolexes? Talk about, look what I got. The same night. Louis Vuitton. And, all right, fine, Black people, fuck us. You robbing white folks. But shout out to Blue, man. Big shout out to Smell the Rose. Mrs. Smell the Roses. Somebody write Mrs. Smell the Roses. This lady is hardcore. Shout out to her. Thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Big shout out to Smell of Roses, awesome content creator. Big shout out to D Mav says, do you think Anton has a valid case? That's what we're talking about. We're going to go through all of this, guys. We're going to go through each count, and I'm going to school y'all a little bit about what's going on. Big shout out to RBN through the Fire Podcast, a fire podcast in and of itself. My man says, question, when Corey's lawyers file a motion for discovery for Anton's potential statements via his various YouTube streams against other children, which he has made, would that impact Anton's case? No. And this is why this was kind of strategic. Why? Can anybody answer this? Does anybody know why this is a clear no? This was a strategic move that Anton's law firm made. This is a great question. Absolutely great question. Why is it that when Corey's lawyers file for discovery for Anton's potential statements, and he said some crazy stuff about kids, why is that not going to be impactful on this? Shout out to Dream. Dream got it. What's my man Dream say? Dream says Anton's not the one suing. Anton he's not a party to this. So big shout out to Kishana's says, how is it relevant? How is it relevant what Lead said about kids? Y'all know how I feel about kids. How is it relevant what Lead said about kids to this case? It's not, because Lead's not in it, right? If we look at the case, Anton he's not a plaintiff, he's not a defendant, he's out. And so this was a strategic move that Anton's lawyers made. They had the mother file on behalf of the child and in her own capacity. So Anton's not in it. Great question. Great question. Big shout out to Through the Fire Podcast. Y'all go check him out. Somebody could drop a link to his channel in the chat. Also, big shout. Oh my God. Big shout out to Mrs. We got a lot of misses in the house. A lot of y'all married. Big shout out to Mrs. Crow T. Chetty. Somebody write Crow T. Chetty. Always supporting your boy. Been supporting me for the longest. Thank you so much, Mrs. Crow T. Chetty. I hope you are doing fantastic. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Super grateful to you. Thank you to all of you. Shit, I didn't even see this one. So big shout out to Ms. Groti Chetty, always supporting your boy, and also TLGC, always supporting your boy. Let me update the banner here for a second. Thank you so much to stream sponsor. Somebody write TLGC. He is sponsoring the stream that we all watching. Thank you. What does my man say? Says everybody getting sued. Lakeisha Keisha filed charges against Anton for doxing her. Did she really? Boy. Everybody going to come out of pockets over this foolishness. Big shout out to TLG. I mean, shit, he's calling it right. He is calling it right. This is insanity. I don't remember. Gail is an expert YouTuber. Gail, do you remember another time where something happened like this? Where just one big kick up it just spiraled out of control for months, leading to multiple lawsuits. Shit, I don't remember something like this. Damn. Big shout out to TLGC. Thank you so much, fam. And shout out to the beautiful Jessie V. The subscriber with the beautifulest smile. Is that a word? The most beautiful. This is crazy. Big shout out to Jessie V. Gorgeous on the inside and out. Yeah, TLGC, man. I don't know. I can't call it. Let's take a look. Now we got the t-shirt, the false light, racial defamation. Now we're on to it. Let me lower this, but thank you again so much, TLGC. Says on January 26, Corey displayed a t-shirt depicting both Leslie and the wife as apes. He offered the t-shirt for sale to his viewers, claiming the proceeds would go to charity. Y'all think they went to charity? We're going to find out how many he sold. Maybe O'Shea bought one. Y'all know O'Shea be rocking his shit. Shout out to the OG. I wouldn't put it past him. So we're going to find out how much money was made and if any money was actually sent to that family. What's the legal argument? The complaint frames this within the long documented history of depicting Black people as primates, calling the imagery so degrading and demeaning that it could not possibly be passed off as comedy, right? What are the strengths to this? Emotionally powerful in front of a jury. And I think that we need to say, man, this is going to be in California. Isn't California, TLGC, you let me know, isn't California pretty liberal? Aren't y'all pretty woke over there? Are they going to like, calling Black children apes over there? MAGA ain't going to give a shit, let's be honest. But what y'all doing over there in Cali? Is this going to fly? Anybody know? This is what you always got to think about, guys. It's not just about the law. It's not just about the judges. It's not just about the attorneys. It's also about the juries. There's so many factors. Y'all are saying that California is pretty woke. AKW, Alexander are calling little Black kids apes. Is that gonna work? The racial ape trope is universally understood as dehumanizing. Selling it as merchandise adds commercial exploitation. Both Leslie and Sharita have claims. All right. Now, what is Corey going to say? Corey's going to be like, man, come on, man. This was comedy. I'm a comedian. This was a caricature. This was satire, right? I got First Amendment protections. Corey's going to say that the cartoon image constitutes defamation is a novel theory because, hey, man, I got my First Amendment rights. So Corey's attorney, if they know about this, which is super basic, is probably going to file an anti-slap motion to kind of figure this out. Right. So that's another claim that this whole t-shirt, right? Now, this is probably the strongest claim of all. This is where kind of the rubber meets the road. Like if Anton don't win on this, he's probably not going to win on anything. And this is the intentional infliction of emotional distress, right? So what do you need? If Anton wins on anything at all in this whole case, if Corey has to come out of pocket tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, it's probably going to be this. What are we talking about? We're talking about the intentional infliction of emotional distress. What is it? Well, you need to show about 4 different things. You need to show, number 1, extreme and outrageous conduct. Was what Corey did extreme and outrageous? Well, you could argue that dragging a private 17-year-old into a monetized stream, showing her unblurred, clear photo, and then making sexualized and degrading remarks. Yeah, that is extreme. That is outrageous. It's a child. And then you're selling a t-shirt of her depicted as an ape. You're talking about a 17-year-old girl's sexuality when she ain't got nothing to do with nothing. A lot of older white folks, a lot of older black folks, people who live in the real world and not on YouTube, they're gonna be like, this is fucked up. What are you doing? I'm a comedian. Okay. Right? What's the second thing you need to show? You need to show intent or a reckless disregard. At minimum, reckless indifference to the likelihood of severe harm. And see, this is what we were talking about. It was the program was done live knowingly to tens of thousands. What did Corey say? I done put your family on blast. So you have the intent there. I'm gonna put your family on blast. He's talking to thousands and thousands of people. Right? Now the causation. You kind of have to show a chain of events. You got to show first that there was a broadcast, and then that the broadcast was viewed and had widespread viewing. It's very easy to show there was a broadcast. It's very easy to show the viewing numbers where you can just look to see maybe 200,000. But then you kind of gotta have to show the bullying. You gotta have to show the hospitalization, the therapy. And Anton was saying, hey, this existed. There were 26,000 live viewers, over 214,000 total viewers. The photo display makes bullying foreseeability much stronger. Right? So many people saw that. So many people. Hundreds of thousands of people saw it. Right? And then the severe emotional distress, the medical treatment, withdrawal from school. It's not just simply hurt feelings. If properly documented, this clears the severity threshold that courts require. And that's what Anton was saying. Anton was saying, hey, man, my daughter's going to the clinic, might be going to the hospital. We need therapy. We need all of this. It says that intentional infliction of emotional distress is more resistant to First Amendment defenses when the target is a private minor uninvolved in the public dispute. Now, we're going to talk about if she was private or public. But I think we can all agree that number one, she was a minor. And number two, she was uninvolved in this. She didn't say, she never made any posts about Corey. She never made any video about the 5150 show. She wasn't in it. Right? So we're going to talk about that. And then you got the Civil Code 3344. What is this? The unauthorized use of a minor's photo. Guys, you know, you can put me up, put my photo up, do whatever you want. But in certain states with children, you got to be a little careful. Right? Can you record people out in public? Yes. But if it's a minor, and then you take that photo, you take that recording, and then you start commercializing it, people are going to be like, hey, man, you done crossed the line. You done crossed the line. You recording children and then you're profiting from it? What if I went to the park? What would happen if me, a 6'3" black man, 235 pounds, went to the park and I'm just recording little children that I'm going to put up on damn Rumble and I'm going to put up on the dark web? People would have a problem with that. Now, if I go to the mall and start doing it, it's fine, I suppose. But I go to the little playgrounds, the little Chick-fil-A's, McDonald's, and I'm recording kids. What Corey say? He was looking at the 5-year-old sucking the bottle. Corey talking about all these 13-year-olds just recording them. And then I take those photos and I take those recordings and I monetize and I start making money off of it. Some states are like, yeah, man, we good. We good on that, man. You don't went too far. You're 60 years old. Right? The unauthorized use of a minor's photo. California law prohibits using another person's photograph for commercial purposes without consent. When the person is a minor, parental consent is also required. Violation allows recovery of damages and attorney's fees. So, because this girl was 17 years old, she was a minor, Corey was required to get Anton's consent before he started putting her on a shirt for commercial use. Does anybody think Corey got Anton's consent? Hey, Anton, I know we were beefing, and I know you said I sucked dick 3 times, but I told you to do it a 4th time. Say it a 4th time, you didn't do it. So, but anyway, can I put your daughter on a shirt to make money? Who think he made the phone call? Who thinks he made it? Did he get permission from that girl's parents before he started monetizing that girl's image? Did he? Corey displayed Leslie's photo on a monetized podcast for ratings, audience, commercial revenue. No permission from Leslie or her parents was obtained. And he identified her on the show as Anton's daughter. So it's not like, oh, well, you know, this is just an ape. This ain't Anton's daughter. This is just a gorilla. You said it was his daughter. And then you showed a photo of her. You showed a photo of her on your damn $1 million background. And then you put her on a shirt. You selling the shirt. And did y'all see? Y'all know how the 5150 show is. Did y'all see what the chat was saying when that girl was up? All those thousands of people typing in. When a person types in, you know what that means? It means they're watching. If a person is watching, what does that mean? The content creator's getting money off that view. He was getting money. Corey was getting money off tens of thousands of viewers while he had the girl's photo up. Did he get permission from Anton to commercialize his daughter's photo? Are there any parents? I don't have any kids. Are there any parents in the chat? Would y'all give a 60-year-old man permission to commercialize your daughter's photographs? I don't have kids. I don't know. Y'all tell me. Smell the roses. You got any kids? You gonna let a 60-year-old man make money off your kids' NIL? Name, image, and likeness? How? Right? This claim is strategically important. The attorney's fees are recoverable, right? And attorney's fees can get, into the 6 figures. Shit, for the Tasha K thing, Tasha K has to pay $1 million in attorney's fees alone. Grounded in the commercial exploitation, not just pure speech. And this is so, it's not just that Corey is talking shit about the daughter. He's exploiting a minor. Do y'all get that? He is exploiting a minor commercially. You got to be so careful when you start showing pictures of children. Right? Doesn't require proving this claim here of the California Civil Code. Doesn't require proving a false light. You only have to show the unauthorized commercial use of the likeness. So shit, this one looked pretty, I don't know. I haven't researched it or anything, but this looks pretty. I mean, put a yes if we're just talking, right? Put a yes if you do feel like Corey, used this minor's image for commercial purposes? Put a yes if you're like, yeah, I think he did it. Put a no. Let's see the no's. Don't be quiet. Shout out to 5150. I ain't got nothing bad to say about him. Put a no if you're like, no, I don't think he did it. Put a yes. Let's just see a show of hands. 600 people in here. We on the back channel. Put a yes if you think Corey used that child's image for commercial purposes. Put a no if you think he didn't. You know, we're just talking. Now, the biggest hurdle that Anton's family has to jump, which is the anti-slap. Now, what is anti-slap? This is a huge thing. Corey can file a special motion to strike the case early, arguing that the lawsuit impinges on his free speech rights, right? So if Corey can show that the claims arise from protected activity, then Anton's family must then demonstrate a probability of prevailing, right? So this is kind of a thing that attorneys file in these types of cases to kind of block it from even going down that road. So if you can make it past the anti-slap, shit, man, that's when people start talking about settling, all right? The risk, if Anton's family fails in their claims and the claims are dismissed, then Anton's going to have to pay Corey's attorney's fees. So it's like, you know, the person who wins gets the attorney's fees paid. Because if Anton's family makes it past the anti-slap stuff, then you kind of know where it's going. All right, so let's look at the strengths and the weaknesses. Will Anton's family's complaint survive the anti-slap? Well, shit, you got the intentional infliction of emotional claims, emotional distress claims. A minor was targeted with sexualized and racial content. So shit, man, I mean, a jury is going to have to look at that and be like, come on, man, you're talking about a child, you're sexualizing the child, you're 60 years old talking about her sexuality, and you're kind of doing this race baiting thing, right? You got the commercial exploitation of the child as well. You're making money on her. The t-shirt defamation, that's, you know, up in the air. And then the sexual, it's important to note, guys, that sexualized speech on minors, it's not favored speech. You can't just say anything, right? Now, the risk for anti-slap, you know, the defamation might be hard because Corey he is an attorney. He is a comedian, right? And so false light, that the defamation might be hard to prove. That it might not be an easy one to win, and the false light might be sucked up into the defamation. And if any claim is struck, Anton's family might have to pay attorney's fees on that claim, right? So Corey does have some ability to fight this. All right, so what are the strengths for Anton's case? The girl's 17, and we talked about it. Some of y'all are going to say, oh, well, 17, 16, it's not a child. She's 6 foot. She got C cup. She got a thing back there. No matter how she looks, no matter how tall she is, any child, I'm not talking about Anton's daughter in particular, any 16, 14, 17-year-old, if you're under 18, you're a child. Courts treat minors categorically differently, and this is what you guys need to know. There is a lower standard of fault. The juries have sympathy. You can talk about me, I'm damn near 50 years old. Corey's gonna be like, a jury's gonna be like, you 50, shut up. Be a man. But they're not gonna say that when you're 17 years old. These white people are gonna look and be like, what the fuck? Is this okay? Is this what y'all think is okay on YouTube? YouTube is not the real world. It's just not. It's so big to us, but it's just like this in terms of the real world. There are people Millions of people never get on YouTube. Millions and millions of people haven't been on YouTube in 5-10 years. They're going to be on that jury like, what the hell are you talking about? You're 60 years old talking about a girl's sexuality. They're not going to understand the YouTube culture. They're not going to get it. Right? A jury's going to have a lot of sympathy with her. The identification is airtight. Yeah, man. The clear, unblurred photo plus verbal identification and confirmation. There's no ambiguity about the identification. The t-shirt as well. It's a physical commercial product. He's making money off this, depicting Anton's family as apes. You got escalation, 3 consecutive weeks. You got the argument, then the photo plus the slur, and then the t-shirt. Monetization. Corey makes a lot of money off his YouTube stuff. A lot of money. And then you got the attorney's fees. Right? So now what is Corey going to argue? What are Corey's strengths? Corey's again going to say anti-slap. He's going to file that, going to be like, hey man, I got First Amendment. I'm a comedian. He's going to see a causation gap. And a lot of y'all pointed this out. Some of y'all are like, man, did this kid really see the bullying? A lot of people are like that. A lot of y'all are like, I don't think this kid knew about it. And then people, well, even if she did know about it, did she really go to the hospital? Did she really get therapy? Does she really have medical bills? You got to show that under some of these claims. Now, Anton said she was like going to the clinic or on her way to the hospital or something like that. Anton did talk about the therapy. So that's when, you need your documentation, you need your receipts, right? But, Corey's attorney is definitely going to want to look to see if there are any medical bills. Also, Corey's attorney is going to say, hey, maybe there's some intervening causes. Was the kid stressed out anyways? Was there pre-existing conditions, pre-existing stressors? And did Anton himself amplify this? Corey's attorney might say, hey man, maybe the kid was harmed to this amount, but then when Anton got on the show and started talking about how bad it was, maybe the kid saw that and maybe that amplified it even more. So we shouldn't be on the hook for Anton's amplification. We should only be on the hook for the damage we caused. And if Anton, by putting it on his show, which has over 1 million subscribers, if he made this thing even bigger, that shouldn't be on us. Right? He publicly described the daughter's medical condition, therapy, hospitalization, right? Now, the daughter's athletic profile. If Corey can show that Leslie has been in sports media or Olympic coverage, they may say that she's not a private figure. And we're going to talk about this. And this matters a lot, guys. Is this child a public figure or is she a private figure? Now, she's not a public figure per se. If anything, she's a limited purpose public figure. So she's not full-blown public figure. She's not like a Denzel. She's not, huge like that, or even like Anton, who has his 1 million subscribers. But, she's extremely talented and apparently gets some coverage off her talent. So maybe she's a limited person, maybe a limited public figure. Maybe she's not private because she's so talented, because of all of her awards and achievements. We're going to talk about that in a second. And if she is a limited purpose public figure, then maybe Corey has more of a right to talk about her. We're going to talk about that in a second. Now, Corey's going to say, hey, man, Sharita definitely is not a minor. She's an adult. And also, she's a stronger argument that she's a limited purpose public figure because she's appeared on numerous shows of Anton, and Anton has over 1 million subscribers, right? So they are going to really kind of batter down on the Sharita issue. Now, this is where it gets very important. What is a public figure? We all know she's a minor. Some of y'all think that, you know, if a girl has a big booty and she's 16, she's an adult. It's not the way it works. If she's a minor, she's a minor. We ain't got to talk about that. But here is another issue that is also equally important. Is she a public figure? Who is a public figure? Now, we know Anton is a public figure, right? This is very, very important for the whole case. Anton's a public figure automatically. 1 million subs on YouTube. He's got multiple channels, over 1 million, probably 2 million if you look at his total digital footprint. He would face the actual malice standard, but he is not a plaintiff in this case. So that was a very nice choice that his attorneys made. Now, what about the daughter? The daughter is likely that she's private, which hurts Corey's case tremendously. She's 17 years old, no big social media that I'm aware of, but she's an elite Taekwondo athlete, and maybe with, you know, practicing with preparing for the Olympic trials. So Corey's going to argue that she's a limited purpose public figure for athletics, right? Because that's if she's known at all, let's be honest, if this girl is known at all, it's because of her Taekwondo. It's because of her athleticism. So Corey can say, well, she's a limited purpose public figure for athletics. What's the problem? What's the problem if she's considered a limited purpose public figure for athletics, since that's how she's known? What's the issue? The issue is that the athletic frame is unrelated to the statement. This shit ain't got nothing to do with Taekwondo. That's the problem. This ain't got nothing. If you want to say that she's a limited purpose public figure, because she's not a public figure, let's be honest. But if you want to say she's a limited purpose public figure for her Taekwondo, fine. This shit ain't got nothing to do with kicking and ha. Ain't got nothing to do with karate. What does it matter? And so you kind of back to private land. So you're talking about a private minor. Come on, man. Come on. And then for Sharita, now it's uncertain. I don't know where I fall with the wife, because I don't think she has any independent, huge social media, but she does appear numerous times on Anton's show. In fact, I think years ago, I was shooting a live. I was live, and then Anton came up. Anton was at the dealership, and he was with her. And I think he might have put her on just to salute, just say, hey, you know, and she was in the background. She's been on numerous shows. So, you know, it's kind of hard to say that she's a private figure when she's on these shows that have over 1 million subscriber audience. Now, she may be, Corey's definitely going to argue that she's a limited purpose public figure. And if so, that makes her, it's going to be more difficult for her to win these cases, right? So what's at stake here? What will Anton be looking for? There are multiple types of damages, guys. You can get money, but the money has to have a classification. So I can get $4 million. Tasha K had to pay Cardi B $4 million, but you got to break it up into buckets. Maybe a bucket is attorney's fees. For Tasha, is $1 million. Maybe another bucket is punitive damage. Maybe that's 1.52 million. Maybe another bucket is compensatory damages. So you got buckets of money. Now at the end, you just get the check. But legally, a jury has to decide, how much am I going to put in this bucket? How much am I going to put in this bucket? How much am I going to put in this bucket? It's very important that juries just aren't making up numbers. You have to kind of put down to the cent how much you're going to give Anton's family if they win. So the first bucket is compensatory. Does the daughter get any money for her any reimbursement for her medical costs, her medical bills, her therapy, any compensation for educational disruption? What about the emotional distress? A lot of times people think about pain and suffering. How much goes into the pain and suffering bucket? You think about lost athletic scholarships and opportunities. Anton was talking about this. Anton was saying that the girl, don't quote me on this, but basically kind of destroyed. He didn't know what her future held in terms of her taekwondo. How much is that worth? If she, spent so many years, easily 10,000 hours probably, working on taekwondo, and now if some of that is disrupted, how much money do you get for this? That's one bucket. Then the punitive damages. Send a message. Should 60-year-old men be talking and monetizing 17-year-old girls? Some people are going to be like, number one, no. And number two, we're going to teach you a lesson. This is lesson time. This is the lesson bucket. We're going to show you and all these other 60-year-old men that you need to leave our Black kids alone, especially our Black daughters. And you're not going to monetize them. Monetize Anton, monetize the lead, monetize O'Shea Dookie Jackson, whatever. Monetize Poetic in a faggo. What was he saying? Monetize these niggas. Leave the Black children out of this. And we're not just going to tell you, we're going to show you. How do you show them? Well, you got the punitive damages bucket. That's what this bucket is for. Right? Attorney's fees, that's another one. This is a big one. Tasha K got $1 million put in this bucket against her. So said another way, Tasha K got to put $1 million into this bucket. Right? Recoverable under section 3344. If Anton's family wins on this, Corey has to pay their legal fees. Man, imagine losing hundreds of thousands of dollars and then you got to pay the attorney that was attacking you. That happens to a lot of you men in divorce. Y'all end up paying for the wife's attorneys, and the wife's attorney's trying to fuck you. Right? And then injunctive relief. The court could order Corey to take. I can't believe Corey still got that damn video up, to be honest, man. Corey's standing on it. He's standing on that shit. Is the daughter's photo still up, man? Come on, man. He ain't gonna take that down. So I think there's injunctive relief that Cardi B got against Tasha K. Tasha K can't say that lady's name. Now Cardi B can say Tasha's name, but Tasha can't say Cardi B's name ever on a live. She can't monetize Cardi B's name ever. Cardi B can talk about Tasha K all she wants. So the judge could order Corey to take this down. The judge could order Corey not to talk about Anton's daughter, not to talk about Anton's wife. Court can't really order Corey not to talk about Anton. Why? Because again, Anton's not really a party to this, so that would be a little weird. So what do y'all think? JB says, what does Tasha K have to do with this, Lee? Tasha K is not a party to this, but Tasha K had to pay for defamation. This is a defamation case, JB. So there's 2 defamation cases, 2 people that are attorneys, and Tasha K had to pay compensatory damages, had to pay punitive damages, and had to pay attorney's fees. So I'm using Tasha K's case as an analogy to this case, JB. That's what she has to do with it. All right. So what do y'all think? Now, again, none of this is legal advice and we just shooting the shit. But do you think that Anton has a case, Anton's family? Put yes if you think Anton's family has a case. Put no if you think, man, Anton's family just reaching. Just reaching. I don't know. Again, I don't got a dog in the fight. But there are a few claims where you're like, I don't know if this is going to work. And there are a couple claims where you're like, shit, man, you did monetize a minor child's image. You used a minor child's image for money. I think we can all agree to that, right? Apparently in California, you cannot do that. I didn't know that. I don't know if you can do that in Georgia or not. If you know, if I'm like, hey man, I can't take a daughter of your kid, I can't take a photo of your daughter because that violates section 3344. It's like, how do you even know that? Well, I got in trouble with it one time. Mm-hmm. How would you even know that? Apparently you cannot. What does Nettie say? Nettie's like, man, don't mess with the kids. So I don't know. You know. Shout out to Keisha. Keisha said, Lee, Corey gonna come after you and spread lies on you. I know, you right. You know, I'm not gonna say his name. What did he say? I'm gonna say his name. I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna say his name. And I had to come out with a video and spank that ass. That's Backdoria. But you know, Corey needs to stay relevant. Listen, if you're 60, you need to stay relevant, man. Am I lying? And you know, just to be clear, I'm not saying Corey's gonna win. I'm not saying Anton's gonna win. We just talking. I don't got a dog in the fight. A mí no me importa. La verdad. Right? We just talking. But I did want to show this this complaint because I was very surprised about it. I did not know this was filed a month and a half ago. This was filed in February 26th. Did anybody put a yes if you knew that this case was filed? House of Hypocrites is on that detective shit. Has Corey mentioned this case? Has Anton mentioned this case? Maybe y'all know more about it than me. I had no idea that this was filed. And it was filed all the way back in February. So it's pretty interesting. Anybody got any questions or anything? Shit, it's 12:40. I got a little appointment at 8 in the morning. I need to wrap this bitch up. But I haven't gone live, and so I miss you guys. Some of y'all know I'm getting money on this goddamn, on the main channel. So I don't talk about this ninja stuff over there. All right. I just put up a video last week. Damn thing got 500,000 views. They loving this. I know it's a different audience. They love that body cam stuff over there. They can't get enough of it. But I'll be honest, I really do. There's a special place in my heart for the ninja sector. I'm the trap attorney. I'm trapping. Right. But yeah, man. Big shout out again. Shout out to D Mavs. Thank you so much, D Mavs. Shout out again to Jesse. And we got the Mrs. Crow T Chetty again. Thank you so much. The little gaming channel. Got Blue Baggins up in here blessing your boy, man. We got a lot of folks up in here. Little Rock, the beautiful Danielle. And of course, again, we got the little gaming channel blessing your boy. So I don't really see any other questions. And shit, it is 12:42 over here in the East Coast in Atlanta. All right, put ATL if you in the ATL. There was somebody here in the ATL, right? Who was it? Gail, are you here? Fit was here. Fit's gone. We went to if you in the ATL, just let me know and I'll take you to lunch or dinner. We just chilling. But yeah, so shit, man. We'll go in and wrap it up. This on the back channel. Right. So we know that we just doing it nice and calm over here. This just between us. This just family. All right. We're going to go on and wrap it up. So I want to give a big shout out again to everybody in the chat, everybody who was laughing back and forth, everybody commenting. If y'all can do me a favor and like the stream, that would be great as y'all leave. Oh, a big shout out to the Casual Economist. Thank you so much for the Cash App, pimp. Thank you so much, Casual Economist. Really appreciate that, brother. And again, big shout out to the Little Gaming Channel. Somebody write TLGC. He was the stream sponsor. All right. So we reviewed this case, all of the claims that were made, right? All of the allegations. Cannot tell you how much I appreciate it. Thank y'all for shouting out TLGC. Thank you so much, Gail, for shouting out. Keisha, thank you so much. Lady Detroit, Chelsea and Lynn, NC, thank you for shouting out the Little Gaming Channel. Big shout. I know that ain't my man Vern. Big shout out to Vern. Vern, what you think, man? What you think about what's going on? Put a 1 in the chat if you are military or if you got family in the military. This Iran thing, we got a president who's like, man, I'll kill us all for another country. I'll lay down all y'all's lives for a country that, you know, we sending all this money to. Fuck America, right? Why are we even over there? It's the oil, is it? It's the uranium, is it? Or are we just kind of are we being used as bodyguards? I don't know. Put a 1 in the chat if you're military or you got family members. Shout out to all of the service members, past, present, and future. Shout out to all of the dependents. Let's keep it real. That's the real, right? Shout out to the dependents. That's what moves and protects this nation. That undergirds and supports the whole security infrastructure. So, but yeah, if you're military, put what branch you're in. Put your MOS, man. So Vern, 20-year military. How do y'all feel in the military? I mean, it's I've seen a lot of vets, a lot of military people like, listen, we got to draw a line somewhere. This Iran stuff, I don't know. So at any rate, we're going to wrap it up. A big shout out to Laverne. Thank you so much, brother. And thank you to all the military for y'all service. This nation would be no nation without y'all. And big shout out again to the Little Gaming Channel for sponsoring this stream. Now it's 12:45 in Atlanta, so I think I'm a dip. But thank you all for coming. It's just a little quickie, a little hit and run. And again, the most important thing, yes, we went over all of these claims. Yes, we went over all of the allegations, the defamation, the false light, the intentional infliction of emotional distress, the violation of California's Civil Code Section 3344. We went over all of this. But the most important thing to remember is that none of this, and I mean none of it, is legal advice. I am not your attorney. I am the trap attorney, all right? And I am here to tell you to lawyer up, all right? Everybody have a good night. Big shout out again to my man, the Little Gaming Channel.